welcome to my channel. This is a general reading for the sign of Pisces. My readings are timeless, so when you see them is when you're meant to hear them. I want to thank everyone for their love and support that they have given me towards my channel, and for my new subscribers, welcome. If this reading resonates with you, please like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell so you get alerts when videos are posted. First, I would like to invite the Holy Spirit into my area to give this reading lots of love and light. And next, I would like to ring the singing bowl just to give this reading positive vibes. Here we go, guys. So Pisces, you have a lot going on in your life. You are juggling so many things, and it's leaving you feeling emotional. And it's not like you're like crying all over the place, but you have a couple emotions throughout the day. So you're going through a couple emotions several times throughout the day. 1 minute you're excited, 1 minute you're worrying, the next minute you're anxious. Like, you're just going through a million thoughts throughout the day. And it goes from work to your kids to your significant other to, if you're going to get a significant other, to your car is messed up right now, to you're switching jobs right now, to you're in between all of these things. So on one side, you're extremely happy, the Chariot. On one side, you're extremely happy and moving forward, making moves, progressing. And then on the other side, you're feeling like you're just stuck. You're not making any moves. You're feeling anxious. You're stuck in your head. You're trying to get some situations resolved. You're trying to make the moves you need to make in order to get these situations to come to a head. But what's happening is you're marking things off your list, and as you're marking things off your list, you're moving forward, but then there's other things that are, you know, that you have to get off your list. So you're making headway, and you're moving forward with knocking down your list. You're getting the list knocked down. You're making moves, but as you're making the moves, that's just, you know, chopping the list down, and there's like maybe 25 things, 10, 15 on your list. So as you're making moves, you're scratching things off. So you are making progress, but it's leaving you worried and anxious for some reason. And you have to remember, this is not the energy you want to live in. You don't want to feel anxious. You don't want to feel worried. You don't want to feel like everything is the fear, the nightmares. You don't want to be worrying excessively about anything. You need to remember, you've been seeing a lot of numbers in synchronicity. 1111, 33, 99. You've been seeing a lot of these numbers, 1212, in synchronicity, 222. So you have to remember, that's a sign from the universe to remind you of what you're thinking. Don't let the nervous, anxious fears or the worries take over. That you have to always remember to stay positive. Because right now you're manifesting, you're praying, you're believing in God to, you know, make these changes in your life. And so you have to remember that as you're going along, you have to remember to stay positive. So you don't want the negative to outweigh the positive. We can't stop our mind from thinking the things that we were thinking at the time, but we can shift it. Like, once we realize we're thinking these negative thoughts, we should shift we should shift those thoughts. So that's what this card signifies. This is the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is like planning. You're reassessing, you're reevaluating. And that's one of the things that we're doing right now. We keep going through the emotions. We know what we're doing because Pisces, we've already created a plan. We've written the plan down, and now we're making moves. That's why we're able to cross things off our list, because we've already made a plan for these things. But in our mind, as we see things are progressing, it just seems like the list is still just not being chopped down. Like, but there's a new beginning in everything. Like, once you get the work situation down, then you have to start another situation. So it seems like they're coming back to back to back on you. And not everyone is feeling like emotionally distraught or like there's bad stuff happening, because there's bad stuff happening in everyone. But we look at the silver linings, the things that are actually changing us to make us better. So we have to just be mindful of our thoughts when we're seeing those numbers in synchronicity. That's the universe trying to tell us to pay attention to our thoughts. We're manifesting, and we're manifesting so fast. Three of Wands. We're manifesting, and we're manifesting so fast that those are the times that we need to just slow down and take the time to say, hey, what was I thinking at that moment? You're going to achieve your goals. You're on the right path, so you already see that. You're on the right path, so you already see that. So this is what the Three of Wands part was, just so you know. The Three of Wands was like achieving your goals. You're reassessing. Like, you're out here, you're trying to explore new challenges. You're trying to change. You're coming into a transition. Like, everything about us right now, Pisces, is really changing. We are starting to get in touch with our more spiritual side. We are praying a lot more. We're meditating a lot more. We're practicing our gifts a lot more because we can feel it. The Tower. We can feel those things, those old things coming to an end. That's what that Tower card is. Beginnings and endings. There's a Tower moment that happened. There was a shift in the energy. There was a shift in the atmosphere. And we all felt it. Some of us felt it more than others. Some of us felt like we were left out in the cold more than others. That's how just some of us we were literally left out in the cold. That's how we felt. But there's blessings coming, Pisces. There's blessings coming, and there was blessings in being left out in the cold, just so you know. There was a silver lining that happened. And I don't know if you saw it or if you will see it later eventually, but you will see it. That's the one thing. If you haven't seen it, you will see it. You will see the silver lining. Why that thing had to come to an end in order to put you into divine timing, in order to move you forward. Like, the shift had to happen. And you were worried about it, but you have divine guidance, divine timing. You have things working behind the scenes to help you out. So although you go through these emotions all the time, the ups and downs of life, although you're going through that, you just have to be mindful that it had to happen to put you on the right track. You're actually on the right track now, Pisces. It just seemed like your life got flipped upside down out of nowhere and you were wondering why. But it's because you needed a fresh perspective. Things had to change. You had to get left out in the cold. You had to have that Tower moment because things were changing in your favor. So the Ace of Swords energy is like new ideas, new plans, new beginnings, new projects. This is the reason why you had to have that Tower moment. You needed a fresh perspective. There's victory and success in this. There's breakthroughs. There's clear thinking. Whatever that situation you were in, you couldn't think clear, Pisces. And so you had to be pulled out of that because it was putting you off on the wrong track and you couldn't see it. So now you're moving forward in life. You have reassessed, or you're still reassessing, or you could be reassessing every day because you're going through these emotions every day. But you have to trust that you're on the right track, and you have to trust that when you're seeing these numbers and these synchronicities, like, you're speaking of things. Oh, I remember when, excuse me, and you bring up a specific person, and out of nowhere throughout that day, that person appears. Those are synchronicities. Those numbers, the 1122, 11, 2 of Cups. That's like love, soulmates, you're building. So the new chapters, the new beginnings, this is where that Tower moment had to come in, because you're ascending, you're evolving, Pisces. You're becoming the person that you're supposed to be. You're learning new spiritual things. You're off on a new journey. You're praying with how you're supposed to be praying. You're eating how you're supposed to be eating. Some of us might not have started, or not perfecting the whole little eating right thing, but everybody has started on the journey of eating right, of changing their diet, of drinking more water, of being more clear just in your thinking habits. Like, these are the things that we're working on, we're trying to do, because we're trying to get out of that old energy, that old 5 of Wands energy. We don't need that. There is no more of that. There is no more challenges. You have to tackle these things head on. And so you are achieving everything that you needed to achieve. You're getting that. The thing that, where the conflict and all those things is coming in, is because you're not sure if you're on the right track, Pisces, but you are sure. So get that out of your head. The Tower moment happened, or it's coming, and you see it's coming. You know it's coming. You could feel it. The energy around you says there's something. Pisces, you're very intuitive. Your psychic abilities are on point. Like, you're tapping into everything that you need to use in order to navigate through this life successfully. And you just have to be able to trust it. So that conflict is in your head. It's when you're seeing those numbers, pay attention. When you, when things are happening, like, I'll tell you a story, a short one, so that way we don't have an issue. But just recently, I found this shoestring, and I'm trying to figure out, why do I need this shoestring? Why do I keep seeing this random shoestring just laying around? So I picked up the shoestring, I put the shoestring away. The next day, I was actually outside doing something in my yard, because I love doing yard work, and there was this little basket skimmer that I needed to clean the pool with. And so as I'm trying to put this little basket skimmer, I'm noticing that the rope that goes around it, goes in it to tie it tight, is broken. So now I'm like, Lord, I need something to extend this. And I couldn't just get in, because it's in like one of those mesh bags. Lo and behold, guess what pops in my mind? That shoestring. So that shoestring, for some reason, manifested, but I didn't know why. But lo and behold, guess what? Took me every bit of 2 seconds to add this shoestring to this little basket skimmer, and voila, I was on my way. So there's things like that that's being shown to you, that although you don't know how to connect the dots until later maybe, but the dots were connected. It made my job a whole lot faster and easier to get my, to get everything I needed done, and to just finish with that process. But I did not know why I kept seeing this random shoestring. So those are the things that are happening. Like, you get one part of it, and then the other part comes like maybe the next day, maybe a week later. But either way, Pisces, your gift is starting to build itself. And so these are the things that you're having to pay attention to. So some of us are moving throughout life, the hustle and bustle of life, just generally moving along, not paying attention. And these numbers are there to remind us that, hey, pay attention, you have help. Be mindful what you're thinking. You're manifesting this money. Be mindful. You can't manifest unless your mind is clear. And this is the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is wealth, stability. This is what you're manifesting. Security, abundance. And you have to be mindful that these are the things that you're manifesting. You're manifesting this wealth, this abundance, this great life that you're trying to have, Pisces. You're manifesting this. You're manifesting it so fast that you're not even aware of it, because you were trying to figure out why you were seeing these things. You didn't know why you were seeing them, but now it's starting to make sense. Keep your mind focused. Keep your mind steady. Pay attention. These are things trying to keep you on the right track, trying to keep you moving forward, moving steady, and the doors are opening. And as the doors are opening, you have to pay attention, because you don't want to miss a door that's open for you. And that's the other thing. We have to be mindful to keep praying and keep putting out into the world and manifesting that what's for us will always be for us. Whatever door that we need open, open it. Whatever door that needs to be closed, something that is not serving us, we need it closed. And Pisces, we are emotional signs, and sometimes when certain things are taken from us, we don't know how to maybe cope with that. But we have to start realizing that God, the universe, our higher self, our spirituality is coming into play now. So we're trying to be better. Options. We're trying to be better. We're trying to do what we need to do to be more successful. Like, we're putting in the work. Seven of Cups energy is like choices, ideas, inspiration. And sometimes it could be having too many options. Like, you don't want to put your mind in too many places. Like, you're trying to, you know, come into your balance. You're trying to focus. You're trying to get your mind on the things you're trying to manifest. And Pisces, if you're not writing these things down, you need to write them down effectively, and you need to write them down with intention. So when you put your pencil to pad, you need to make sure that you know that this is the thing that you're focused on, this is the thing that you're staying focused on, and this is what you want. So this is where your options, you need to narrow down the things that you need to focus on. So we have the Queen of Swords and we have Justice. Queen of Swords energy. Queen of Swords energy is like independent, clear boundaries, direct communication, mental clarity. So this is probably where, Pisces, we need to be clear with the people around us. Like, we are protecting our energy. We have to make sure that the things that we are around and the things that we are clear, the things that we entertain, that we're very clear about. Like, we're doing these things with intention, because again, you're manifesting stuff and you need to pay attention to what it is that's on your mind during the time when this is happening. Then we have Justice. The Scales. So we need to make sure what we're manifesting, what our intent is. Justice is like balance, scales, the right actions. We have to be mindful of our actions and remember to do positive things. You attract what you give, Pisces. We know that. We're big believers in that. So, Judgment. You're judged based off of what it is, the things that you do. So, I mean, we have to remember that you do good, you get good. You do dirt, you get dirt. That's where judgment comes in. And we're big believers of making sure that we're trying to do the right things, because we believe in karma. We believe in the law of attraction. You get what you get. So, Pisces, all in all, I think this has been a very good reading. I feel like I want to pull one more card, so maybe I should. So just be mindful as to what it is you're thinking, what it is you're feeling, and how it's going to play out in the overall scheme of things in your life. You're on the right track. You're making the right moves. You're doing the right things. And just be mindful of your surroundings. Be mindful of the people that you're entertaining. Be mindful of the situations that you're putting yourself in, because right now is a very crucial time. Your spirituality, your ascension, your higher self depends on it. And Pisces, the Moon. That's the unknown. We are afraid of the unknown. But Pisces, after night comes morning, comes the sun. And look at the bottom part of the energy, their celebration. So we don't have to be worried about anything. These are cycles of life, ups and downs. We have a blessing of being intuitive and being plugged in, is what I call it. We can plug into the universe, and we are able to, you know, speak to things, talk to the universe about what we want, manifest the blessings, speak to God about the blessings, ask God to pour down some blessings. We're good at that. That's in a Pisces nature. So the cycles are going to go. You can't worry about that. Find the silver lining in everything. If you do, there's always a celebration at the end. You got this, Pisces. You know what's happening. It's just that you have to live in it. Live in the moment. Remember, when you see those things, live in the moment. What are you thinking? What's on my mind? Am I manifesting good thoughts? Am I doing good things? Am I being a better person for this world? That's what we're working on, Pisces. If this reading resonates with you, please like, share, and subscribe. And remember to click the bell so you get alerts when videos are posted. Thank you so much, Pisces.